Because Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to cross yet another milestone in his landmark-filled journey as a Jansewak. And as we gear up to chronicle the remarkable ride, I remember those days in Gandhinagar when I met him first as the Chief Minister of Gujarat. I was sent to Gujarat during the elections of 2007, and it was a one-way ticket that I was given, saying that get an interview of Prime Minister or Chief Minister then Narendra Modi. For me, it was an assignment because I had never met Narendra Modi before that, as I was a journalist who had covered several ministries, but never a political party or political leaders who had not served as ministers in the past. So Narendra Modi was an unknown entity, and the biggest political controversy had broken that election season. The controversy that each one of you will remember. The controversy of Maut ke Sodagar statement that was made. And as I landed in Gandhinagar as a reporter on an assignment, all the bigwigs in the media industry camping in Gandhinagar, I found a man who was on a mission, a man who was connecting with his people. His Rath Yatra was on. And when I continuously followed him on his campaign trail, on the fourth stop, when he got off the bus to address his rally, he stopped, he looked at me and called me inside. And I walked in, his Black Cat commandos just made way, and I went straight in. And he said, "Next stop, you come in. What do you want?" I said, "I want an interview." "What do you want to ask me?" I said, "It's a campaign trail. If you don't speak now, when will you speak?" And it was just probably a 10-second exchange. He nodded and he went to the rally to address it. And on his way back, he told me, "Next stop, you can come on to the bus." And I followed him. And as every reporter had butterflies and lots of doubts on, he said it, but does he really mean it? Do politicians actually say and mean the same thing? That's the thought that I had in my mind. And we walked, we followed the Rath. At the next station, he got off, went, addressed his rally, and I thought that was it. He's forgotten. He's on to his next thing, and maybe that sliver of a chance that I had is probably vanished and vaporized forever. But no, when he returned, he stopped. His security wouldn't allow me to come in. Again, the desperate wave of the Times Now mic is the only weapon that I had. He saw it, he paused, and I went in. I got into the bus. And do you know, my video journalist was left in the melee behind. And when I came in, I said, "My camera person is not with me. Please do something. The security is not allowing him to come in." The man came out, called in the camera person, and told the security people, "Bhai, journalist hai, camera ke bina, kya karegi?" And that's when I sat. And I was overwhelmed because I was sitting next to the man, the most coveted interview of that election season. The first time I'm meeting the man, and I thought I would have to start introducing myself. I just said my name, and he told me all the stories that I had done in my career, headlines that I had made with my stories. The man had it all here. I even played with the idea on whether he has a computer chip somewhere inside with a Intel inside, ting. You know, that's what I actually thought about. But then I said I have to concentrate on the job of getting the interview, and I wanted to start asking the questions but still take a deep breath. He saw my discomfiture, took out a glass, poured some water that was lying right next to him on the seat where he was sitting in the Rath, poured a glass of water, said, "Aap pee lijiye." And I was just a reporter. I drank that water and I said, "Okay, let's start." He says, आप डरिए मत, आप सवाल पूछ लीजिए, मैं संभाल लूंगा. And I said to him, candidly, sir, आपको नहीं संभालना है, मुझे संभालना. And the conversation, the interview began, and it was probably the high point of my career when a man who was not talking to so many greats in the media actually gave me my first break. I had just joined television, still finding my feet in this new medium. From then on till today, I've done a number of interviews with him. I've asked him questions on the Nanavati report in 2008. He's never stopped me from asking any of the questions. And when I go down the archives, I look at some of those interviews that were intense, that asked the questions, and questions that were always answered without a chip on the shoulder. To me, that is the opportunity that every individual in this country deserves and desires. If it comes your way, and if somebody in a position of power actually recognizes that opportunity is what people are looking for, I think it is the making of a leader that Narendra Modi is to this country. And several occasions when I have met him since then and later, just the small things that he will remember. At a crowded gathering, he will suddenly look at you and say, सब कुछ ठीक है, माता जी कैसी हैं? At some places, he will just come out and say, वो बड़ी हैं, उन्हें मत लाओ, मैं आता हूं उनसे मिलने. For a prime minister to say something like that to my mother, everybody's mother is very dear to them. To my mother, if somebody gives the respect and says, उन्हें मत उठाइए, मैं आऊंगा, to me shows the epitome of respect for human beings. And that truly is the test of the real man. In politics, there will be ups, there will be downs. There will be things that go the right way, there will be things that go the wrong way. But I've always believed it is always, I think, the basics that are important. If you have your heart in the right place, your culture, your respect for the elders, and that little opportunity that you can give to so many of those youngsters who are literally gasping for them, then that's the leader this country probably chose, and chose because of those qualities. On his 75th birthday, here is a capsule of all the interactions that I've had with Prime Minister Modi. Please take a look. It's a trip down memory lane. From 2007, when I first met him, right up to the last interview during the Lok Sabha elections, and many summits in between. Many happy returns of the day from all the viewers of Times Now, from the entire team and crew and everybody here at Times Now, to our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi.
You raise the issue of Sohrabuddin, but you also talk about Gujarati pride.
अब सोनिया बहन खुद मुझे मौत का सौदागर कहती हैं, तो मुझे उनको समझाना पड़ता है कि सत्य क्या है.
Why in your rallies do you raise the issue of SRP? And SRP clearly is not the State Reserve Police. You are talking about Sonia, Rahul and Priyanka.
आज SMS का जमाना है, इसलिए शॉर्ट फॉर्म में लिखने की लोगों को आदत है, तो मैंने शॉर्ट फॉर्म में बोला.
हर जगह चर्चा यही है, क्या 2014 नरेंद्र मोदी वर्सेस राहुल गांधी होगा?
देश की जनता कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत बनाएगी.
डुअल पावर सेंटर है कांग्रेस पार्टी में, मनमोहन सिंह जी हैं, सोनिया गांधी जी हैं और राहुल गांधी जी का भी नाम लिया जाता है.
लोकतंत्र में परिवारवाद को बढ़ावा नहीं मिलना चाहिए.
जब आपने बालाकोट एयर स्ट्राइक का फैसला लिया, तो ये फैसला वर्ल्ड लीडर्स को कॉन्फिडेंस में लेके किया.
भारत स्वतंत्र निर्णय करता है, भारत अपनी मर्जी से निर्णय करता है. मैंने साफ कहा था कि मैंने फौज को हाथ बांधे नहीं है, उनको मैंने खुली छूट दी.
मोदी एक प्रधानमंत्री तो हैं, लेकिन एक इंसान भी हैं, एक बेटे भी हैं.
मेरी माँ तो चलिए मुझे जन्म दिया निमित्त है, वैसे तो मैं मेरी माँ के साथ मैंने कोई न्याय नहीं किया। मैं बहुत छोटी आयु में भाग गया था, चला गया बाहर, तो उस प्रकार से मैं तो गुनहगार को एक प्रकार से। ये पहला मेरे जिंदगी का चुनाव है जब मैं माँ के पैर छुए बिना जाऊंगा कि आज 140 करोड़ देश की करोड़ों माताएं हैं, उन्होंने जिस प्रकार से मुझे प्यार दिया, आशीर्वाद दिया,